Okay, so I should be live somehow. And hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Just adjust a few things. How is it going? Nope, there's still a shadow on me. How about now? Should be good. Hi. Life is weird. I just ran into some weird things on the internet, so I'm sorting that out while I'm live streaming. Beautiful. Hi, how is everyone doing, huh? Let's see. People from all over the world. How are you doing? Nope, this is weird. Okay, so I have a Weibo account, which is like China's Twitter, and they just banned me for 30 days. And I didn't do anything. That's the funny thing, is I didn't do anything. They just sent me a message and said, because you posted something against our rules, which I didn't, okay? At all. Like, I didn't say anything weird at all. And they just say, we've banned you for 30 days. And I'm asking the service people, and it's like, what the heck is going on? And like you pay, like there's like Weibo has VIP too, which is basically give you a little bit more function than normal. So I have that. So I'm like, if you're banning me for 30 days, you have to give me back the money for 30 days, you know, which is tiny bit, but still. It's just really weird. They just randomly banned me. Like, I'm like, what? So I have to keep bugging them, because usually for real human to reply to a Weibo's custom service, it takes over an hour for any person to pick you up. I love my life. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because I don't have to speak anything on Weibo, honestly, because it, like, I don't even get money from the platform at all, so I don't lose anything. It's just weird. So I just want to find out what happened. The world is a weird place. So how is everyone doing? Bangladesh, wow. The entire world is not doing very well anyway, pretty much since last year, but you know, you guys still are alive, so that's good. I am alive too, so cool. And yeah, this live stream really is just like one of the monthly thing I do, right? And also the purpose of it is so that I can make one less video that I have to edit and put subtitles on. Obviously, I'm connecting with you people who happen to be online at this time, working day. But hey, these days in this world, right, who cares what working day is? Nobody is working as a normal person anyway. Weird. Kenya, North Carolina. So there have been quite a few new dramas after Leon, right, after Word of Honor, and more are coming. The latest news is that the coming Tuesday will be the Juilong drama that we've been talking about since last year. Yeah, honestly. So it's finally gonna come out, as I expected, because this type of drama, it kind of has to come out before July. You know, like, it wouldn't make sense for it to not come out before July, so it did. Also, there's a couple of drama also coming out around that time. Yeah, so if I'm just feeling for it, if this is what they're doing with the scheduling, then if you're looking forward to more BL, you probably have to wait till real summer, like after July, maybe even into autumn, just to who knows what's going on. It's weird. Okay. Yeah, so we can talk about a couple of dramas that are ongoing. Any people want to talk about particular things, and then I'm definitely making more reviews on a couple ones that are new and going on. But I haven't watched everything that has come out after Word of Honor, clearly, because there are many. And some of the dramas I did watch for a bit and then quit. So including the Crow and the Lizard one with Ren Jialun and Xing Fei. I think I've watched like about 8 episodes or 10 and then didn't continue watching it. I've watched parts of what? Yeah, my head is like not working very properly these days. Eternal Love 3 only just came out, so I've watched up to yesterday's episodes. I haven't watched anything updated, if it has updated today. Let's check. Because it's updating Monday to Wednesday, so they may not have updated, but then because this is the first week, so they may have updated. I have no idea. Chinese dramas are weird. Okay, they haven't. So yes. Oh, yeah, it's up to episode 10. Okay. So I'm up to speed with Eternal Love 3. This Time Flies, that one, like 燕归西窗月, that it's also with Liang Jie, which is the lead of Eternal Love. I think I clicked open it and I watched a little bit of it and I was so by the ridiculous plot, so I quit. There's still no human answering my custom service call. Hiya. Sorry about me having to type on my phone at the same time. So, definitely when Zhu Yilong's drama comes out, I'm gonna watch that one. What else is ongoing? The Special Force, You Are My Guardian with Li Qing and Huang Jingyu. I took a peek at it and I was like, yeah. Not sure if I want to continue on that one, honestly speaking. Imperial Coroner, I may do a final, but I'm just thinking what are the points that I can add on my first impression, apart from pretty much still keeping my opinion the same. Which is why, like, what's the point of making a final when it's pretty much the same? I just repeat myself again. It's like, as I expected what it would be. And it's pretty good. Oh, Moonlight I'm watching, yeah, obviously. Let's see how many dramas are ongoing. Concert People, if you want to buy it, it's on YouTube. Eternal Love, Word of Honor. The Eternal Love, okay. So from now on, let's just call it Eternal Love, The Eternal Love, or whatever. Eternal Love belongs to the 3 series drama, and then 10 Miles belongs to the other one. Let's not use 10 Miles as weird English translation name that doesn't make sense anyway. It's very confusing. Mr. Dragon. Mr. Dragon I didn't continue, obviously, but some people did, and they continued for fun. So, which is also a valid reason, for sure. Court Lady. Court Lady's biggest problem to me is its BGM. Like for 40 minutes episode, 38 minutes are like tracked full with a BGM going on the background, and it's a really bad style of BGM. And it's so trying to add more to the emotion at the moment when the scene happens, but it just feels so forced. And they just BGM every minute. I can't deal with that. Like with my, like for my ears, it's too much. So I watched about 2 episodes of Court Lady and then couldn't continue. And it's purely the music's fault. Purely, okay? It just, like, I can't just turn off the sound and watch it. Then like it doesn't make sense anymore, right? But I can't deal with the music of that drama. It's so freaking annoying. Oh god. No, I haven't watched Ling Yu. I think I watched like one episode or two and I find it so boring. I quit. Sorry. Please feel at ease. I watched the beginning and I was like, what the heck is this? Sorry. I'm probably making so many people unhappy about my opinions about dramas that are ongoing. I know a lot of people are watching stuff, but I'm like, what is going on with this drama? What is going on with that drama? Holy shit. So, yeah, I'm just offending all the people who are watching my live stream. Sorry about Qingluo. You typed it as Qinglo, which which means brothel. I'm just saying. Change the O and U, dear Lily. No. It's funny. Qingluo. I watched the beginning and like I said, it's such a cheap production. I feel so bad for Liu Xueyi. I didn't continue watching it because it's like it's really like at the bottom of like production quality. It's beyond like the point that's acceptable to me. How poor that production is, I just yeah. Honestly, that's a really poor production that has no money, okay? It makes Word of Honor looks expensive. I watched about 4.5 episodes. I haven't picked it up from there yet. Reason being, it's on Mango. It's led by Qing Hao and Yin Fang. It's only 8 episodes. It's a short series. And it's directed by the same director who directed Tropes and Empires. And once you hear that, you kind of get the idea. And also, Chang'an 12时辰, Longest Day in Chang'an. Same director. He is still him. At least I am sure he hasn't been taken over by lizard people. After watching the Hunter on Mango right now with Qing Hao and Yin Fang, which is gorgeous cinematography, like the top notch, the best from Chinese drama. Like he is literally the best cinematographer director of Chinese television at this point, okay? And everybody kind of agrees. And that's it. Which is, his images, his pictures are so beautiful. And they went to a real location, the forests, the mountains, the stuff to film that against the illegal hunting sort of policeman story in China, which is really beautiful on screen. Beautiful, gorgeous. If you love great cinematography, it's just brilliant. But the story is like, okay. By the time it has run half of it, I'm still like needing to concentrate, because my attention gets like slips away every few minutes, and I find myself like looking at my phone. That's how that drama works on me. It's like I have to remember to go back to look at the screen. His storytelling has always been like that, and it hasn't really changed much. So like at least I know it's him making it for real. But it's beautiful, okay? It's so beautiful. It's as beautiful as Chang'an 12时辰, as beautiful as Tribes and Empires. One good thing about this director is he knows his camera. Love Like White Jade. I haven't actually completed it. Thank you for reminding me that it exists. I have to go back and see what happened in the end, because I totally forgot about it. Ha 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 ha. Ugly. The first episode is confusing, yes, Ugly Beauty. But then afterwards it gets better. And then I think after halfway it starts to get a little bit wobbly, but it's still acceptable till the end. So Ugly Beauty is still watchable, but it's not like great. But it's still okay when you stick through it. particularly the second half, when you watch a drama, you'll feel, okay, I can tell, like, at this point, the script is a little bit, and also the male lead actor, right? He still needs work. Like I said, he still needs work. He's better than before, much better, but he is still a step down from the female lead actress, so that balance is not perfect. Yeah, so is Netflix gonna have the Easter egg? No? Okay. So they have to go and find, but these days with internet, you just go and type Word of Honor and you'll find out what happened in the end, right? Somebody did you just someone typed it in Chinese, but is that Google translated? Well, there's a rumor, like I said, June might be a month for the Chapeau, but I highly doubt. It's just like a really bad slot for BL to come out because it's right up to the edge of July. Not ideal, really not ideal. Like, say if this drama does really well, right? If it airs middle of June, so by July it would be at its peak. It's because it goes into the middle section or late middle section of the drama, and it will be like, if it's really good, you know, it will be like fighting the attention, or it will be in competition with the stuff that's supposed to be aired at the time. So like, it wouldn't be a good idea to do that. Unless they're sure that this drama is not gonna do well because it's crappy, then they air it. I don't know. Vicky has Easter egg and Netflix doesn't. Wow, okay. But everyone knows. I'm just saying. It's only 3 minutes. It's everywhere on the internet. Anything can happen in terms of which one airs before which one. It all depends on Tencent, because it's all Tencent stuff. Hao Yixing and Sha Polang, they both belong to Tencent. So it's Tencent's two children, right? Tencent, the penguin will decide which one gets born first. And let me just look at, people are typing really fast, so. How many things can you put inside a costume? I mean, traditionally, really, for real people, hardly anyone really puts significant amount of stuff in their sleeve. Because think about that, when you're moving, it's just gonna drag it. It's not gonna feel very comfortable. There are like pockets, but it usually is actually in the clothes part, not like in the sleeve part. You go in and you put a pocket in there. That could happen, or they hang something on their belt and then a bag and things like that. And so holding stuff in your sleeve is not very realistic. Depends on like what fabric you have and what kind of stuff you put in. So you can't really carry too much stuff in your clothes, honestly speaking. It wouldn't be very reasonable to do that, but in dramas, who knows, like people invent stuff. Flourishing time, I watched about 2 or 3 episodes, not getting it, like not getting the chemistry. Maybe it gets better later, I don't know. The first couple of episodes makes the female lead character looks really like acting for the age that is. She's actually really young, but she's still acting it a little bit too much like a little girl. Like honestly, when you're at that age, which would be around 16, she's acting too like a girl, too much like a little girl. Doesn't make sense for honestly speaking, for teenagers. Yeah. So, I'm still talking to dead customer service on Weibo, so I have to continuously bug them. Immortality. Finish long ballad? No, didn't. Don't really want bother. Eternal Loves 3. Some people, yeah, people. I didn't watch The Wolf, so if you want my opinion about The Wolf, I have no opinion. I didn't really watch it. Like, for dramas that dumps out 50 episodes at one time, I'm like, how am I supposed to watch it? I don't know, because when it was airing, was it around Hikaru no Ghost time? No, is it? I was watching too much other stuff. I have no time. Behind the scene, Word of Honor, obviously. Yeah. It's just cute to watch that. It didn't really add like more sort of useful information or stuff that we don't know already, but it's nice to see that anyway, to see a little bit extra stuff. 理智派生活, haven't watched it. Sorry about that one. Totally didn't catch that one. I know it has aired. I know. Which bits of Ugly Beauty are based on reality? A lot of it. A lot of it. And particular, like the type of things people would do in the business, like creating buzz for like trending hashtags or intentionally doing something and later doing something else so that you get more like popularity. That happens all the time. It's like normal stuff. Thank you for Callie. Thank you for your super chat. Yeah, second half was blah. Yeah. Not like necessarily blah. I think the script could be better. Also, the male lead's acting really did like after a long run, right? You do see like the stuff that he's not doing very well. The point that he's not like the weakness of his acting shows up quite significantly. If I am jamming, which I look like a little bit on my end, sorry about that, but I can't help. It's internet. I don't understand. Nobody is answering my customer service call. How do I choose dramas? I just see what shows up and then I go and watch stuff. I haven't also watched Dolo either. Because you kind of have to know a little bit about the IP, right, to get into it. I think I've watched the first episode and I was like, what the heck is going on? I have no idea what is going on. Like when you watch the first episode, you literally have no idea what's going on. And then I found out like how much stuff got changed from the original stuff. I'm like, come on. Wang Jun is not very proud of his own adaptation either. The scriptwriter who has a big name now in China, and he literally sends out a Weibo at the point like when the drama airs, and he was like, "Yeah, if you guys want to laugh at me, go ahead." So like he kind of like accepts it's not his good work, but honestly, for drama, you don't really know what goes on behind the creation of a script. Sometimes scriptwriter just doesn't have any say of anything. They may have written an okay script that later got changed into something that they don't even recognize, and there's nothing they can do. So that happens all the time. And he was like, I don't even want to bother to explain what happened. I'm just gonna type out, sorry about that, go and laugh about me, fine. And do I watch variety show? If I can afford the time. Not very much, honestly, not very much. If there's a really popular and good one that's ongoing and people are all saying it's really good, I probably go and check out. For the older dramas, right, like last year's drama, if I haven't watched them, I probably wouldn't go back to watch them, honestly speaking. Because from my point of view is, I try to watch what is airing at the time when it's airing. I know it's just like once it's gone, right, there's more new stuff coming, and it's always the new stuff that gets more attention. And unless like something like really old and classic, right, and it's really worth talking about. So for the older dramas that have gone by and I haven't talked about, the only thing that can make me talk about it is it's so good that you cannot not talk about it. Like, it's significant to Chinese drama land, then you talk about it. So for those okay or normal drama, then I'll just, you know, like, this is one person. I don't have time to look at everything. I already watch too much stuff. And it's already very crazy for me to juggle. And also, honestly, like, because this is a live, right? So for people who happen to, the 500 people who happen to be here, honestly, these days, okay, I stay away from anything that features Xiaozhan for the reason I've talked about last year on the Halloween in my community post, which is, it just has become too weird. It has become too weird for my mental health and for my safety, honestly. Whatever opinion you have about his work or this person, whether it's positive or negative or, you know, like for or against or whatever, does not matter. Just by mentioning his name, you get into trouble. People come at you. Like, you don't even know who they are and you cannot figure out who they are, but they come, okay? And it's just like witch hunt. Oh, and I'm like, oh, holy shit, what is this? So, for the longevity of my channel and for my own mental health, that's why I avoid talking about this particular person or anything related to him. And it's just what it is in Chinese drama land right now. I don't know how long this is gonna continue. I have no idea, but there are so many more stuff that you can talk about. And I don't see the point of sacrificing all those potentials, right? For talking about something and then people like go crazy. Wow, internet trolling in China is like unbelievable, okay? It's so black hole. It's like a ginormous black hole at the center of a galaxy that sucks everything in. So I'm like, no, I'm not getting anywhere close to it. Bye. So if you're listening to, you know, like this is my attitude towards this is like, yeah, no need to get myself in trouble. I mean, nobody's gonna compensate me if anything happens, honestly. Nobody's gonna thank me either. So why? I don't owe anyone anything. Yeah, so that's what it is. It does not matter like who is in the game now, like who is playing it, who is trying to do whatever. It does not matter. It just got too weird. It got too weird and too not worth dealing with. Internet, yeah, think about internet and social media. And for the people who designed them, a lot of those Twitter and Facebook earlier people got out and they all come out and say, you know, we've done something that's really wrong, which is we created something that is instigating all the hate and that help to make things worse in this world. And we cannot stop it anymore. We are at this place now. You know, like back in the days when internet first showed up, before like 5G, all those things existed. I remember what the time was. When internet first started, everybody was saying it's gonna make the world better. Irony of life. I mean, it's nice, like we have this, like without broadband, without like the connection, we can't do live. I can't talk to you from here to everywhere in this world on this like live chat. So thanks to internet. But we all know how internet fuck up our life too, right? Jennifer in California. Wow, hey Jennifer, how cute your name is. You've been following for a few years. Wow, cool. Thank you. So you've watched me through throughout this time of me on camera. You'll be very aware of whether I put on weight or not at different times. Anything for Candle in the Tomb Warm Valley? No, I haven't heard about that. But they're definitely making it. And I think it probably will be like at least like a acceptable quality. But haven't heard any update yet. Yeah, but when that drama comes out, probably I will check it. But it depends on if it has like stuff like I don't want to look at. You know, like for the first one, I recognize it's okay drama, but first is like the tomb sort of is never my thing. The second thing is I hate spider, so I didn't continue watching. When the huge spider showed up for the first one, I'm like, goodbye, no, no. So the Warm Valley sounds pretty intense too, because it's gonna have a lot of bugs and worms. I don't know how whether I can watch it, even with the good acting and cinematography and stuff. So that's one big reason that drama may never be reviewed by me, simply because I can't watch it. And I can't help it. I just don't like these things. Sleuths of Ming Dynasty. Yeah, that one I didn't continue watching it either. That one also bothered me because of people's Mandarin are not from the same place. That's a big problem. And it's set in ancient time, where having different accent when you're actually physically from the same city does not make any sense. And it every second takes me out of the drama, so I couldn't watch that one either. Yeah. This type of thing really bothers me, that and it's very specific. If you don't understand the language, it wouldn't affect you at all. Love scenery. No, I didn't. I forgot about it. Thank you for Priska Aprilla. Thank you for your super chat. Wow, you've been since 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms. Veteran. Because that's the first drama I've reviewed. And most of that video is gone now from my channel. But it's somewhere else, right? So that's been 4 years. Over 4 years. Wow. Like when two people in real life are together for 4 years, okay? They've known each other for 4 years. And if they still haven't married, they probably would never do. I'm just saying. A random thought came to me. Shampoo Lang, I read parts of it. I didn't finish the whole thing. I kind of read the beginning, and I skipped in the middle, and then I read a little bit about the ending. I didn't go through the whole thing. I haven't had the time. But if the drama is saying, like, we're airing, I'm gonna go and read the novel in one go, and then, yeah, I will. I'm just trying to find an excuse to start reading the whole thing. What's the most expensive drama? I think recent years it probably was Chang'an 12时辰. Longest Day in Chang'an. They really overdone the budget with it because of some of the crazy shots they pulled off. They invented lighting. They literally invented a specific way of lighting a night scene so that you can't tell it's night outside. Like not interior, exterior. So that they can fake the sky in CG, but then everything on the street looks like a bright daylight scene when it's actually filmed middle of the night. for that drama, they invented that weird way of doing it, and a lot of money. Probably one of the most expensive one recent years. Audio drama of Shapolanka. Yeah, I haven't paid money for it. If I want to, I will. I haven't really heard. Like, I know a couple of Priest's novel have all been audio radio played now. Okay, hold on. Really? Addicted remake? I have no idea. Depends on if they remake it. They have to change a lot of things probably. Hey. Then Liliana, okay, you've just sent a super chat. Thank you. What drama would you recommend? That's top tier. This year, yeah, like I said, the Three Gold Mines. This year, that would be The Meaning Town. It's really good, but it's very specific. You kind of have to have a little bit of understanding of China to get what is so good about that drama. Top tier. I mean, within what time frame? If there's a time frame for it, it will be easier to answer that. Too much. I can't catch up with you people. Holy. Modu is they're making it, and that's all I know. Filming. Okay, I'm just trying to read through and see what I can answer to. There are too much stuff people have typed. Longest day in China. How was? Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of new people came to my channel, so you probably are asking a lot of stuff that I've talked about before. And it will be weird for the older people to keep listening to me repeating about stuff. Longest Day in Chang'an, I'm not a huge fan of the storytelling, but it's beautiful, okay? That's for sure. Sha Po Lang, I don't know if I should be optimistic or not. It's just so hard to guess these things before you see. They don't even have a trailer yet, so how can you tell? You know, what kind? Can't even get a vibe of it, really. Mr. Ling, I can't really talk about it. I watched a little bit of it, and it's so cheesy. And the funny, when I see like the male lead, like his car goes falls into the ocean, and he climbs out of onto a cliff, and then got ran into by the female lead's motorcycle. I'm like, oh, come on, what? Who invented that? Not any part of that makes any logical sense, but so by the point I saw that, I was like, holy shit, what is going on with this drama? Not to mention later, like her apartment got flooded in that way. It's just too ridiculous. It does not happen in real life like that. And she's not even worried. The first thing she thinks about is put a headphone on the guy's head. And I'm like, what? At that point, it kind of, yeah. So, yeah, please feel at ease, Mr. Ling. So maybe that's her entire point, is trying to make him feel at ease. So it does not matter that her apartment got like that much water in it. And I'm trying to catch up what else people are saying. Saya, I think it may turn out to be really nice, because look at all the photos they've leaked. And all the paparazzis like shooting on set of small moments when they're filming. The people, like there has been a lot of leaks on internet, and they all look so good. And I think some of the paparazzi photos are so good, and they probably will be better than the production shots. Because whoever is taking care of following Sayed knows how to take good photos and how to Photoshop it. And those photos are just like good. You can use them straight for promotion. So good. Like that photographer is a good one, okay? That person, like whoever that person is, needs to get grabbed and hired. Better than most of professional production shots photographer for Sayed or Chasing the Light, I think. Some of the leaked photos are so good. Oh my god, like. But it is to do with the photographer. It is not really to do with the production, because it's not what you're gonna see when the drama finishes. Because this is taken right from a paparazzi angle, hiding somewhere and taking that shot. But those shots are so good. Oh my god, that person is a good photographer. That's the only thing you can say. You cannot say the drama is good. You can only say the photographer is good. If anyone has seen those photos, okay, you probably agree with me. Haven't read art, huh? But I have a friend who has, so I'll just ask her about what happened, and she will tell me. I don't have to go and read it myself. She is a fan, so she knows everything about it. Very convenient. Oh, keep looking at my... Still no human, and it's been over an hour. Great. Customer service people, are you dead? Oh yeah, there's a Wang Aiyu and Song Zu'er ice skating drama that may very well come out before the BL one. I cannot wait. I mean, just for the effort that people put in to film those type of dramas, it's worth paying a little bit attention to it. I cannot skate. I've only tried it like twice or something like in my lifetime, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing this. This is too crazy. So if they don't know how to do it and then learn it for the filming, wow, I have to give them that. Because it's one of those sports, like you don't just learn it, you learn it by getting hurt. You cannot not getting hurt and to learn how to skate, pretty much, right? So, yeah. So some people are asking a lot of questions, like are repeated. Like I've already talked about them earlier, so wouldn't continuously repeating them. Just so that the replay of this wouldn't be so weird, as I can keep talking about the same thing over and over. Qingluo is good, really? Yeah, the first episode like just really put me off. I don't know if it got better later. Is it funny? Is it like ridiculous funny so that it's good? Thank you for Sarah for your super chat. Control Lucky Star, haven't watched that one. Who is the most popular actor, actress? There isn't a most one. Probably there's a group of people who often gets like mentioned, but the most wouldn't really apply to China. There are many people because there are many people. A love for dilemma. What is the Chinese name? That English name looks vaguely familiar. I'm so bad at remembering. Because most of the English name has nothing to do with their Chinese name. That's the thing. Oh, daddy drama. Okay, cool. Yeah, because the girl, like the female lead, has a son already, right? And she brings the son and she tries to find a father for the boy. Okay. Maybe I can hop in later, like into a later episode to watch it, because the beginning was like really... People, why do you keep asking Imperial Coroner? I've already said that at the beginning of this live stream. Which is like, I don't want to continuously repeating it, okay? And it's good, that's it. I don't know if I'm gonna make a final. Maybe, maybe not. Just because I don't really have extra stuff to say. Apart from, it's just as good as I think when I did the first impression. Probably the best part is episode 21. Afterwards, is a little bit like not as exciting, I'd say, but it's okay. It maintained till the end pretty well. Although I can still pick out a few things, you know, like that doesn't make sense, or this could be written better, or but overall it's just much better than any period setting detective drama that you've come across in Chinese drama land in the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah. Haven't official's blessing is announced? Really? When? Now? Because before I sat down, it hasn't. And they wouldn't be announcing it middle of the night in China. That would not make sense. But then, who knows? Because there have been a couple of rumors that have been like close to confirmation, but... Oh, maybe it has come out. Okay, I'm just... We're scrolling through. See if anyone is... Who has been said? If it has, then it's happening like right now. Okay, because before I sat down, it hasn't. Has it been confirmed? Is it 100%? Yeah, but Weibo bans me. It has banned me for no reason. And I still haven't managed to gotten a human to talk to me. Today there's no theme, pretty much. We're just randomly chatting about stuff that's going on, so yeah. I've streamed 4 times. That's only on Word of Honor previously, which is a little bit too much. Oh, 小舍得. No, I haven't. Because parts, like, I think I watched a little bit, and it sends your blood pressure rocketing, and I'm like, for my health sake, not gonna watch that. That drama just sends your blood pressure. No, it's not IP blocking. It literally told me you've been blocked for 30 days. So for 30 days you can't type anything. And like send any post out or any comment. You can't do any of that. You know, I have no idea why. Isn't that all still rumor? Because I'm looking at... Or is it confirmed? Because right now it still looks like rumor, pretty much, for having official's blessing. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Because somebody just sent out... Yeah. But like, looking at all those, like, rumor accounts that's talking about the casting choice of having an official... It's the same thing I've seen last week from another person who is pretty much always at the forefront of those rumors. So it hasn't changed. It's still, like, unless they officially confirms it. Have they officially? Because it all is, like, still at the rumor stage. I don't even know who is the person right now, like that is like the melon person that is being said who is gonna play Xilian. I don't even know that person that's being rumored. I think he's a idol selection person, right? From iQIYI. The rumored Hua Cheng, I know, like he is the guy who is in the Flourish of Time, right? Flourish in Time, that's ongoing, and also the last year's Miss Holmes, what like can't remember the English title. 少女大人. Yeah, but it's still rumor, and I'm very curious about like why the rumor is so late. Because my rumor happened last week, and right now somebody are just sending out their latest rumor, which is exactly the same rumor I've seen last year. So do not quite understand what's going on, but it's still not confirmed. So. Hey, there's still no human. Yeah, so if it's 100% confirmed, I will definitely talk about it. But now it's not, and we have to wait for that. Somebody asked Sandra, hey, what's my favorite OST? From Chinese drama? Often actually my favorite wouldn't be a song, it would be a particular piece of music in a particular drama. So for one drama, there will be one track that I like most. And often it's not the song that people are singing. Wenqi has been in the film that got her an award for which film award? Like pretty prestigious when she was really young, like 13 or 14 years old. She's good, right? She definitely will be more of a cinematic actress in the future, I'd say. But then money is in the television, so her agency wouldn't really want her just doing films, particularly when she is so young. Yeah, she's really good, and she's really clever. She's not just a good actress, she's like what we call like a good artist, like the good potential to be both probably in the future a creator of her of her own work, and then also in acting. Yeah, and also she has such an interesting face on camera. Like she's just born with it, and very recognizable. It's different, pretty much like different from all the other girls, like the really pretty actresses in China, right? Like the way that she looks on camera, she's just unique, so unique. And it's a face like you would never mistakenly recognize as somebody else. That is just something that's given, right? Lucky. It's more important, I think, particularly for actors and actresses, is to be super recognizable. Like, don't necessarily have to be like super pretty or perfect, but just so different that nobody would ever mistaken you as someone else. Online, I don't know. Okay, it's telling me it's back. Maybe I pause for a bit for you, and there's a lag about 20 seconds. Honestly, I really hope there's gonna be a wuxia drama soon. That would be perfect, because there is something on the way to me that is wuxia related. It will be ideal if a wuxia drama can show up now, so that I can talk about the drama, but also talk about that thing that is being posted to me on the way. It's pretty exciting. Later, when it comes, I'll show you guys. It would be ideal if a wuxia drama shows up. I want one, but it's hard, right? Or the Warner happened too early, and this thing happened too late. What can we say? Nirvana and Fire 3. Nirvana, they haven't even said they're gonna make it anytime soon. But they do have a script down. I think they're just figuring out the scheduling and casting. Because for Nirvana, they have to use the old, like you have to use Kong Sheng, the director who has directed the first two. He is the ace director of the company. And he needs to be there. He needs to control the narrative. It cannot be Zhang Kaizhou. It cannot be that one. The person who directed the story of Minglan and Qin Yue. He cannot keep his like control of the horse. That's called narrative, and he will just make it fall in all places. So it has to be Kong Sheng. I'd rather they wait for years to get Kong Sheng to direct Nirvana in Fire 3 instead of rushing it. Nope. That would be a disaster. I won't do a Long Ballad. No, I haven't even finished watching it. I don't want to. The thing is, if you know anything about Tang Dynasty history, you will find that drama pretty weird to watch. It's just like most of the things does not make sense at all. I know. You know, like it's idol drama, but every character, like important historical character who shows up, are real people in real history. You know, so you can't go too far from what actually happened, and they're so well known. That's the thing. They're so well known. For example, Li Changge's uncle, the emperor later, the Tang Taizong. When the drama started, right? Her 四叔, her fourth uncle, her 二叔. My head is like everywhere. Anyway, her uncle, historically at the time, Li Shiming, was only 27 years old. Go figure. 27. Okay, think about that number. What kind of like person 27-year-old guy would look like? And then, so would that make sense for him to have a niece who is so old? Anyway, so yeah, like nothing really fits the actual history at all in any way. So if you really are well versed in Tang Dynasty history, that drama just looks a little bit too ridiculous for everything that happens in the particular way it happens. And when Tang Taizong, right, got to his throne very young, in his late 20s, he's already done so much, like, and then he's already so respected by other people around, even like the Tang Empire, because he's such a good military general. He has fought so many battles that are just crazy in history when you look at the records about how many people he has, and then his enemies, how many people they have, and how he won the whole thing, which just looks like a crazy story. Does not happen in reality, but it happens. So by the time he got there, when he was still that young, he already has achieved so much incredible things that people kind of look up to him as an unusual, like a godsend, like not a human. He has a reputation of being the heaven dictated person, and even his father is like, I whatever you like, my son, you know, like you're just like too powerful and too good. I'm just gonna retreat into the court, and whatever you want to do, you can deal with that. So historically, Li Shiming is that crazily powerful and just like incredible person. And then when you look at Long Ballad, how it portrays him, it's just it's hard to bear. And so you keep getting taken out of the believability of the whole situation, which is like, come on, this is just too far away from reality. But then, if you are not aware of it, you can watch it. But if you are aware of the actual history, you feel it's just a little bit too hard to swallow. Okay, so I'm just looking at a couple of stuff people have sent out on chat, cause yeah. Happy Pride Month. Oh, happy that. Because I think it's different in different places, is it? Like the Pride Month? I think in Winnipeg, previously, it was always sometime around May. But then in other places, there's June, so it's all different. It's all over the place, literally. Or does it change every year? I don't think it's synced up everywhere. Because I was aware, usually around May or June, it's like a whole sort of like a different places, they celebrate it differently. Oh, okay, in the USA. But I clearly remembers that once it happened, well, maybe it is June, early June. But I did remember recent years once it happened in May here. Because I was out with a friend. And I think it's May. Anyway. What am I watching now for people? I'm watching Moonlight. I am also watching The Eternal Love 3. Yes! I didn't know I would actually be that hooked by it. I thought I kind of already had enough after watching the second series, but the third one showed up. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna check it. And then I checked it and I watched through the first 8 episodes in one go, so that's me. And it's very nostalgic to watch it because you remember what happened like 3-4 years ago. And you start to remember all the details and all the characters, and they look like old friends to you. So I'm watching that one too. Thank you for the super chat from, how do I speak your name? Mimi? Meme? Sorry about the pronunciation. And that's a cute hippo. Really? Are they getting new cast members? Are they Romance, Tiger and Rose for purely new people? Not the two? Ding Yuxian, Zhao Lusi? I don't know about that. I know they're making the second one. Oh, you guys are so good at typing. I can't follow up. Liang Jie got divorced, really? I didn't even know that. I don't follow those gossips, right? I know she's with Pu Jiaba, Pu Bajia. So now they've divorced, really? Okay, maybe they can get together. The thing with her and Xing Zhaoling is, it almost feels like 老夫老妻, right? In Chinese, it's like old husband, old wife. It's like they've been together for so long. Like it's just weird to know that they're not a couple in real life. It's like you've already had 3 or 4 children in your different dramas added together. Your TV babies, right, already exceeds China's new limit, which is 3 kids. They've just changed it. In case people do not know, at the end of May, on the 31st, China has just said, we have changed our policy again. Now we can all have 3 children, each family. That went really fast from only 1 to 3. Abyss. No. It's been filmed, like I said earlier. Okay. Yu Shuxing, is she a good actress? She's good at playing this particular type. In terms of other things, I haven't seen yet. So I don't know. She's only been in I've Fallen For You last year, and then this year Moonlight. And when you think about that, the 2 characters, although one is period drama setting, one is contemporary, they're pretty similar. And she acts in a pretty similar style too. And she does a good job doing these two roles. But if it's a vastly different role, right, a totally different character, I haven't seen her perform, so I don't know if she can do like a justice to. So still needs to see more stuff she's in to know. Why does Zhao Lu Si waste her potential? How these things are complicated. It could be she signed a contract with a, like her agency may be pushing her, and also I think she has some kind of deal with Tencent. Yeah, and she changed her team last year after she got popular, and her team now is super at promoting her. Like they're super in a way like a in Chinese expression, chicken blood at promoting her, and it has made her reputation not so good in recent couple of months because of a lot of weird trending hashtags she ends up on, which looks so much like bot. And then she keeps getting involved in dramas that are, yeah, like that. And it's not always just her personal choice, although she probably does have a part of like that, but still, it may just has a lot to do with the things that her team has planned for her and somehow convinced her to keep doing. And she's definitely going for the 流量route, right? The popularity, the traffic, the route that say previously Yang Mi, Yang, Li Yifeng, Di Li Ba, this type of actor and actress have gone down that path. She's definitely doing that. Whether that's the best thing, who knows? You know, maybe because you never know what people have. Like, thank you for Lee for your super chat. You never know what is their real motivation behind these things. Some people say I love acting, but they don't. They're just in this business for money, and they happen to be good looking, and then they happen to have a couple of like talents that will do them like good when they're in this business. And then they don't know what else they can do. They don't have any other thing they're interested in doing, or they think it's not as cool as doing this, who knows. So they go and then they become this, and then they kind of like do a couple of years. So like once I've got enough money and fame and whatever, I can go ahead and do other things. So it's not everyone who is in the business actually really love the business. They might just be in it for other things. And they would tell you that they love what they're doing. But don't believe them, you know, just because they said so. If I honestly like say if I was like born with a different physical, you know, combination that will make me look brilliant in front of camera, I wouldn't say I wouldn't want to go and try out my luck in this business too. Because what if it worked? I can work for 3 years and I can earn enough money to set the rest of my life up. If that's possible, I would do it. And I'll go crazy during those couple of years and do as much as I can to get the money. And I think like for most people, it's just you don't have the opportunity, or you don't have the given, you know, things to do that. Therefore you just if you somehow end up with that kind of opportunity, would you say no to it? Like frankly speaking, most people would not be able to, you know, unless you have like some weird personal, like you have some kind of psychological barrier about being a public figure, or being in front of camera, or being like watched by people. If you don't have any problem with that, and you know, like you can earn like money so easily, easier than most other professions in this world, would you refuse that, right? So a lot of young people in this business, they're not really in because they like it. They're in because they found an opportunity that they can get to enjoy the fame at the same time get enough money. Or more money than doing say a 9-to-5 job. Who can really refuse, honestly? Huge is not going for Liu Liang. Huge is too old for Liu Liang. He got famous at the time before internet happened. That was early 2000s, 2004, 2005. That's the peak of his first round of fame for Huge. That was before Weibo. That was before YouTube. That was before broadband connection. So there was no Liu Liang for him at his prime age for being a Liu Liang. So even if Hu Ge wants to, he can't. He's running for his 40s. Nobody can be a Liu Liang in 40 because Liu Liang is aimed at the younger demographics, because younger, honestly, they're just cheating the teenagers and early 20s people's pocket, like, or even primary school these days, cheating those kids money out of their pocket. That's the ugly truth about the capitals manipulating internet. So and creating idols of this particular type. It is aimed for the money in the kids' pocket. That's the entire industry, what is working on. And so it's very specific, right, for now. It's built upon the foundation of social media, internet, all this thing. Without these, this would not work. So it only happens now. And it probably will just run its course, and then it will morph, or it will change into something else. Like the current state of things and how it's been done will not continue forever. And it's at the end of it. In terms of how capitals, how companies manipulate this whole game, is at the very end of it in China now. Because from top down, the policies are coming down to restrict a lot of crazy things that happens in this world. So it's gonna change. But it's gonna, like, money will always find a way to make more money. So it will keep morphing to whatever the second stage of fandom or fandom culture or idol culture in China. We'll see. The first stage kind of has completed. Yeah, 郑爽 scandal is very true. Everything about it is pretty much true. She is, but like her former husband is also a jerk, like perfect couple. Both of them are pretty despicable people, but they are perfect for each other. So it's true. Like the whole, I think the court case in the US has already been closed, has it? The two kids are in US court. Verdict is given to the man. It's given to the father. So that's that. But then she is also now in the tax big problem that she will definitely get a bigger blow out of that one. Who knows? Oh, Magnolia. I don't care, but for the Magnolia Awards, right, this year, I don't care about other awards, but the female actress one, it has to go to Re Yizha. If it doesn't, it's like injustice. It has to go to her for her performance in Min Tang as Shui Hua. So for all the other awards, I don't particularly care. I don't think the nomination for the script for Go Ahead is reasonable. It's pretty ridiculous, because look at what the other scripts are up there with it. It's Min Tang, it's Dajiang de Dahe, it's like a flowing river. It's those good ones. And then you have Go Ahead there, which like adapted screenplay or is original screenplay, can't remember, original screenplay, which just does not make sense. But who cares? I don't think it's gonna get it anyway. But for the nomination, like I've looked through all the nomination, I just want the actress thing to go to Re Yizha. She deserves it. Because her performance is just like so good. Stunningly good in that drama. But not many people have watched it. I know. But for the people who have watched that drama, you would agree. She needs that award. She deserves it. Li Yitong, what do you think of her? She just kind of never... I don't know. There's one thing about her, like when you look at her acting, right? You can't say she's not acting well. Like she's pretty good at doing whatever she's given. But there's something missing about her in her acting when you look at all the roles she's played. And it's really hard to find a word to describe it. But I get the idea why people would say she's been in that many stuff, and then a lot of the stuff has been really well received, but she kind of never gets an award for it, or she never gets popular because of the roles she's done, or it's just like this one step, like there's one thing, right, that's missing for her somehow. Maybe it still is not her role. I don't know. I agree. She's like okay. She's really okay, and she's probably better at acting than a lot of people. But somehow, it's just like the dart still keeps missing. It just keeps missing for some reason. Yang Zi, oh, what do I think of her? She's pretty good as an actress, but she's very trapped too. By her fandom, by the type of roles she's been playing, the typecasting, and by her possible range. A lot of actresses are like that. Honestly, it's more of a problem for actresses than actors, but Yang Zi, you know, like earlier on, before she did a lot of like plastic surgery, a lot of people looked at her as a potential for a future 实力派. So the type of actors who are actor, actress, not the idol or popularity type of, like, a lot of people thought of her as that potential actress. But then she also realized her physical limitation, like in terms of how pretty she is, honestly speaking, compared to other actresses of her age range, she doesn't stand out. So she did quite a lot of, you know, you can tell. And then she started to act in roles or in dramas that are more sort of idol romantic, idol period, that type of stuff. And it does pull up her popularity quite a lot. And she really is, for like her entire sort of styling of her as an actress is towards that direction. So she's at a place right now, she's like a high flow traffic actress, but then she's also a bit different because she's comes from that type of like children background, and she's really good at acting. And she can take really complicated stuff. But because of her positioning of herself as the more idolish actress, she can't get roles that are diverse. She cannot get, say, like Re Yizha's role in Shanghai Qing, which she might be able to play, honestly speaking, as an actress. But because of her positioning of what she is now as a brand, she just don't have any possibility of getting those roles. So she's kind of stuck in a place where she has high popularity, high flow, but it's not necessarily an exciting career for an actress who actually wanna be a diverse actress, but then who knows if she actually wants that. You know, and she kind of got into this place in, it's just weird planning in the beginning, and that got her to this point. But honestly, when her or her team or herself decides to go down this route, they know what they're in for. They're in for money, in for fame, in for popularity, and it's true. Once you achieve this status, right, you get much more money than you can possibly get if you go down the other route. But if you go down the other route, the possibility is you may have a longevity of career. So you might have more diverse work. You don't get that much money, but you definitely will not go starve, and you don't get that much attention, but then you may be existing for a longer time. Or you may have more opportunities doing different roles. But then if you go down this, you know, popularity route, then you get instantly more feedback and stuff, right? And then you can decide after a couple of years what you want to do. So pretty much everybody would want to go down this route that has money and fame waiting at them, because the other cruel reality is once you have control over a lot of resource, or once you have something called fandom or whatever big enough, you have something that you can then use, right, on, like you can pick stuff now. because people would want your traffic, your flow. So they would want you, so they would ask you, and you're in the position to choose. So you have more say, you have more control over what comes your way. If you're not known, if you're you're not famous enough, you don't have, like, you cannot fight off the, you cannot argue or you cannot bargain with the capitals, with the investors, with the platforms. You don't have that. So it's a weird situation. Is once you get that popular, you have more say, but then you kind of got typecast, so you're locked down. But if you don't get popular, you will never even have say, so you may not even get the roles you really want, even though you can play them. Like, see how weird this is? This is like the dilemma of most of the actors and actresses, is you can have your cake and eat it. You pretty much have to sacrifice one thing for the other. And that comes back to what I always say, is the unfortunate situation of Chinese drama land. Is how unhealthy the entire industry is, and how warped and how twisted everything is, and how wrong it has been, and how it needs to change. Like I said, a big environment is really crappy, therefore, you know, like, we end up with this type of situation. Whereas if the overall creative atmosphere is better, right, these problems will just disappear. They happen because the system is failing. It's not because any particular person, specifically speaking, is the problem. Oh, we got too, I went to the renting land. That's too complicated. Okay, let's just look at what people are saying. So we are, I'm an hour and a half already. Holy. I'm gonna go away for a bit, and then I'm gonna come back, and we probably have another 15 minutes. And I'll look at people's questions and try to answer as much as possible, and we can call it a day. Right? So I'll be back, okay? Come on. I'm back. I'm back. Hope it's working. Today I actually put my camera at a different ISO. It may look weird actually, but who cares? Okay. Oh. This time the lag is pretty significant. It's at least 20 seconds. Okay. Yeah, I think the light changed when I moved away, but okay. I'm gonna read what people has typed and then try to answer something. Yeah, sure. Dramas should be shorter, yes, and better script, yes, and then actors should be paid much less, so that more money goes to the actual production. And the thing is, if everybody is making 8 episodes drama, then you can be in more productions. You don't have to be stuck in the place for like 5-6 months filming a 60 episodes drama. You can just be there for a month or 2 and just film an 8 episodes drama, and you can have like 5 projects a year. Wouldn't that be great? I would love the world to be like that, where every drama is like no more than 20. I mean, occasionally historical can be longer because of its nature, but honestly, not that many scripts are good enough to deserve like 60 episodes. My dear guardians, my dear guardian, if Descendants of the Sun, if you've watched that, you'll see a couple of scenes that really recalls your memory, and it's quite embarrassingly done. But then I haven't watched the whole thing. I only looked at, like, I took a few moments to look at the My Dear Guardian, and I was like, what the heck is that? But maybe it got better later. I don't know. The part of like she speaks English in the reciting textbook way was a bit hard to. Could have cut that one out, really. It doesn't help the plot at all. Some of the classic Japanese dramas are always 11 episodes, which is cool. I wouldn't say 8 episodes, you wouldn't be connecting with the characters. Think about films, they have only 1 hour, half, 2. And if it's a good film, you end up like screaming at the end or crying. And you probably connect with the characters like in the first 20 minutes. So it's totally at the quality of scriptwriting. And it has nothing to do with how long it has to be, really. Good writing should be able to make you care pretty much immediately. If it hasn't, then it has failed at doing something it should be doing. Unless it's not its point to make you care about the characters at the beginning. I mean, it could happen in that way, but I think for most storytellings, the writer would want you to care about the people, right? Right from the beginning. Some of the best dramas are the short ones. And like I think about the classic Japanese dramas really in the 90s. If you watch a lot of in the 90s dramas, they're only 11 episodes. And by episodes 2, you're like, oh my god, this is so good. If you've lived through that, you know what it feels like, right? There are truly Rubik's O2, some really talented young kids in the acting world. I agree, okay? Like Wen Qi and other people of her age range. But we need the entire industry to be healthy. We need people to write good scripts, because only with really talented young actors, it's still only one link of the whole thing. If everything else is crap, this still is crap. I didn't watch My Heroic Husband, only in the little bit beginning of it. I know the drama. I know the drama kind of crashed quite terribly halfway through. I've heard people who've watched the first half really loved it and then screamed at me on my social, like on my chat. It's like, what happened to the second half of this? Like, what happened to this drama? I got cheated. I love it so much, and then what the heck am I looking at? I've had friends like that, so I was like, okay, thank you for telling me. I'm not gonna jump in the hole then. Favorite drama of 2021 first 5 months? Obviously, Word of Honor. What else can I say? It took most of my time. If I say it's not, it will be weird. Best drama, probably 山海情. And then I know there is a drama, it's called 觉醒年代, that everyone is watching in China. It's really good, but I haven't watched it. And because of its particular theme, okay? Even if I do watch it, and I know it's pretty much one of the best dramas out there at the time, right? But even if I watch it, I probably would not make a video on YouTube because YouTube is not gonna like it. Ha ha ha! You know what YouTube is like, right? Say anything good about Chinese and you get banned. Or demonetized. Or they literally take out your subscribers. They remove your numbers, if you know that. It's so funny. So the thing about that drama is because it focuses on the founding of Chinese Communist Party back in the 1920s. And it's all the real people's story, historical figures till today. And I've watched a couple of its shots and like I haven't watched the whole thing. I want to find a whole chunk of time and just watch that. I haven't done that. I don't have time to do it yet. I've watched a little bit of its cinematography. I was like, wow, this is done by professional people who know how to tell stories visually, okay? Like really, really professional and really good. And they feature the best of the actors out there and great acting. Mostly like the people say really good things about this series. But because it's a particular theme, because what it's talking about, right, it's like, probably cannot make a review on my YouTube channel. Because they may just come and flag your channel and then demonetize everything you have on your channel and, I don't know, ban you. Because there are a lot of foreigners who live in China who make content that's related to China. They all get like weird bannings on their channel. They either never get subscribers or their subscriber gets automatically deleted, or they lose, like all their video becomes yellow, which is restricted, or literally, or like weird things happen to their channel. Pretty much everyone. So I'm like, whatever. YouTube is very political, okay, and it decides what is right or wrong for its creators to say. And if you don't agree with it, they will just. In case people do not know, okay, that is very, very common here. So it's like, yeah, might as well not like watch it now, just because if I really watch it and like it, I want to make a video, but I can't make a video. It's just like sad, right? Donghua, not much. I don't watch much Donghua. I don't have time. If people follow a couple of really well-known vlogger on YouTube who are based in China, who just makes content about China and their life, you will know. You will know. Okay, it's so funny. I've watched a couple of episodes in between. I didn't watch the whole thing. 听见他说, yeah. Some of it I think is good. Some of it is Okay, so I'm gonna stay here for another, say, 10 minutes. And I know like a lot of people here today are asking me a lot of things I didn't have time to reply, or you're asking me a lot of questions that are repeated. I think that there are some new people coming to my channel. And so you're asking something that like it was really old. Like I'm like, that's a long time ago stuff. And I've already talked about them. So won't be able to focus on everything. Somebody asked me earlier on, and on like people just type out a name and put a question mark. I'm like, what do you mean by that? Someone asked me about what I think about Luo Yixi, and I'm like, for particular actors, right? I don't know, like it's weird to ask like, what do you think about them? Or like, what particular things are you talking about, right? Because as a person or as an actor, it's just too general. I don't know what to say. What do you think about? I'm like, you mean in this drama or in that drama or his acting or his like particular looks, or what is the specific question, right? It's too vague to know what you mean. So I don't know how to answer that. Maybe because this is like a random chatting stream that I just came up with because I don't want to make a video today. In the future, I'll try to put some kind of, let's say, outline for a stream, so that I'll be talking this point, that point, that point, and then so it will be easier for people to know what you're coming in for, right? I'll definitely try to do that. It will make life easier for everyone. Tang Yan, she can't act, but she's still here because she's pretty. Am I brutal? Most of the pretty actresses of the 80s who are born in 1985 afterwards are like that. It's like their acting never shifts, like their acting never improves or never changes. They just act in the same way forever, but they're pretty. So that is also a merit, Faces can sell, that's for sure. Yeah, people are probably gonna kill me for saying that. But it's true. That group of people, so that entire group of girls who are considered as a whole sort of pack in Chinese sort of entertainment business mind, if there is a Chinese entertainment business mind, like Yang Mi, Liu Yifei, Liu Shishi, Tang Yan, so that group of like born between 85 and 90, and all kind of got famous around the same time. So that entire package of young actresses, not young anymore, but back then, or now they're not that young, are often considered as the flowers who are pretty but cannot act. And it depends on who you're comparing them to. If you want to compare them to the recently coming out who are born after 2000, pretty much, that entire group of actresses and actors who are so young now, but are so good. It is true. These younger latecomers are so good that it's quite embarrassing to look at the older generation and the younger generation and how much of a gap is between the abilities. It's cruelly and honestly speaking. But the thing is, when they were popular for good reasons, and it belongs to that particular era. So things are always changing and moving, right? So it also is not very fair to compare the current really talented young people to these, say, 20 years ago got popular, or 15 years ago got popular group of actresses. Because in the last 3 decades or 4 decades, things have changed drastically in China, and exposures to stuff for people growing up at different time, even if it's only 5 years gap between your age, has been very dramatically different. So for people who are born after 2000, they literally experience a different world compared to people who are born in the 80s in China, although it's only 20 years difference. For China, the particular country and the society, it's a huge difference, huge. So for the first kind of 7 years kind of creates what the baseline and what kind of foundation you are as a person. So you have very different young people these days now compared to people who are born in the 1980s. And then we experience huge changes of our way of communication, of internet, everything. So things are very different. It's not entirely very fair to compare that generation with this generation. But then they did have their time. It was a very different time. Yeah, Zhou Ye in Word of Honor is not doing her best performance, although she's pretty. In some films she's done, and in other stuff, she's much more amazing than this. Yeah. 少年的你, right? Zhou Ye in that film, she's totally different. She's so pretty and hateful in that film, and then she's like so lovely in Word of Honor. So she is definitely a good actress for sure. So some of those younger ones, they're incredible. They're really incredible. They're like their starting line is like already so much more and better than the people who are born in the 1980s. And it's the time that made them this. Wang Likun never was so popular, but she's kind of known, but then she never got to the first tier, I'd say. Does anyone feel Zhou Ye and Zhang Jingyi should go and play sisters because they look so much alike? They're different, like they have a different style of beauty, but they're very similar, facial structure wise. Yeah, it's Zhou Ye and Zhang Jingyi. If anyone noticed that. 95 and 20 is not that different, I think, after 95, because some of them are really like 90, 97, 98, 99. So how different is 99 to 2000 really, right? Yeah, Zhang Jingyi and Zhou Ye, they should go and play sisters, or at least cousins. That would be so perfect. Because like they show up and they're like, yeah, they're related. Because they literally look like they're related. The most of the differences come from like the mouth. Like their mouth is like a little bit different, but overall like face shape, they're very similar. But in different style. It's interesting, right, people? Luo Yunxi. What do you think? You know, if you think he's good at acting, you can think of that. I don't have a particular opinion about him because I haven't seen him in that many things, honestly speaking. I only watched Ash of Love, where like more extensively, and then his other dramas like last year's Love is Sweet, is it? Or the 月上重火. Like I didn't stick through them, so I didn't see the whole thing. Because the stories are not interesting enough for me to keep watching it. So although Luo Yunxi has been around for a while and he's been in a lot of things, to me, impression-wise, I haven't really looked at that much of his stuff. So I cannot quite form a picture yet. I mean, if Immortality comes out and it's good, then that will probably give me a good idea about, because he will be the lead, right? He will not be like a second lead, he will be a lead. And then if I watch through that, it's a huge chunk of drama. So afterwards, probably I'll have a good idea. Acting couple. Yin Zheng and Huang Xiaoming, yes, they are good. They are good. But that drama is good. Really. But I also understand why it's not super popular or it didn't get like super huge amount of attention. It's pretty much the Winter Begonia is pretty much a drama that everybody who would agree who has gone into this drama is like, it's a great drama. Nobody would say it's bad. If you watch it, you say it's good. And kind of that's it. If for people who haven't watched it, it's very hard to convince them to go into watching it. But it's still good. Okay, I agree. And then In Zheng is such an interesting person. He's interesting both as an actor and also in real life. He's such a colorful person. If you watch his vlog, right, he's just so... yeah, he's an interesting figure. How can an actor improve their line delivery? If they want to, go and find a tutor and actually practice, and you can get better. How do all the professional people got to be professionals? They weren't born with it. Nobody was. I am good at it because I learned it when I was little. I started when I was 5 years old, pretty much. And I learned up till I was 13. So I had pretty much like 8 years of going to a school type of place, training class, every weekend. Apart from holidays, obviously, But every weekend I go to a class to learn for like 8 freaking years when I was little. So you just spend time and you will learn it. But for the professional actors, if they didn't get similar training when they were younger, they will get a training when they got into the academy, which would be when they are 18 years old. And then and then up to when they graduate. If they didn't get any training before, right? If they got, that's a different story. But when they are in school, they will get trainings. And even for the 4 years, if you put your effort in it, it's not like you can still do it. You're still speaking the human language that you've already been speaking like for 18 years. Like, how hard can it get? You just go and figure out how to say it for stage. And it's not that hard. It really isn't. You just put time in it. It's easier than learning a new language. It's easier than doing calculus, for sure. And if people can't do it, it's just like they don't care. That's it. They don't want to put effort in. They just want to get easy money. That's the only excuse they have. I don't believe anyone who's not talented in that. It's just, if you can speak to your parents, you can speak to your teacher, you can speak to a bus conductor, you can go and shop and talk to a shop owner, then you can do a good line delivery because you have no problem with your function of speaking. Then you should be able to speak well. Just put time into it. That's it. And if you can't do it, that just means you don't want to do it. There's no excuse, really. Cheng Yi and Li Hongyi. I don't even quite know what Li Hongyi looks like, so I can't compare. Who is Joseph Zheng? Ah, that's Zheng Shuanxi. He needs to get a suitable role and he can do a good job. When he doesn't, he can't. Like, so far, the best role he's done is Wu Xie. If it's Zheng Shuanxi. Or maybe like that role that he did, which is like not a huge role, like a supporting role in the Cantonese drama, looks pretty good too. So he needs to get a suitable role and then he will do well. And if it's not suitable or the script fails, then then it shows like he needs to be casted correctly and then directed correctly, and he will be good, or at least watchable. But if he's put into the wrong production, his acting cannot save the story. And he's slowly improving, slowly improving. And the one thing that he's good at, which is he can be very fluent in both Mandarin and Cantonese. So both he can do pretty well, which is a good thing for a Chinese actor. Not many people are very equally good at both. So that opens up possibilities for his casting, like when he gets casted, and that's like really good. Weibo just like they don't even reply to me. It's been 2 hours. They just want to ban me for 30 days with no good reason, and they don't even bother to reply to my customer service questions. Yeah, okay, cool. F you. Who are the good actors and actresses born after 2000? Like the actors, like the Rong Zishan is really good, right, from Bad Kids. Han Haoling is really good from Joy of Life. Who else? Do we have like a couple of more? I try to think who are born after. For actresses, Zhang Zifeng, really good. Wen Qi, really good. Like that group, like even Zhou Ye, Zhang Jingyi are both also good. Deng Enxi actually is pretty good in a couple of things, but then in a couple of other things, it's a little bit off. Like, I can't quite put my finger on that. Who else? Trying to remember who is born after 2000s, because it's so specific about the year. Yeah, but the couple of I've mentioned, I think they're all very good. What? 35? What? Your husband banned you from 35 days talking to him? Why? I think Ugly Beauty is finished. I've finished it. Yes, I have. I went a bit fast at the last couple of episodes, just trying to find out what happens. Liu Yuning's line delivery is not the problem, but it definitely can be improved. His problem mostly comes from his posture, particularly when he plays a period drama in that costume and he's a guard and he's a trained soldier, right? For that type of people, you have to be able to hold yourself in a very specific way, and Liu Yuning is like this. he's like this. He's very tall. Okay, I understand he doesn't want to stand up to be even taller than everybody else, but honestly, in Long Ballad, as the character set up, he cannot be just like slouching and then walking like that. Like, it does not make sense for his character. And his acting needs a lot of work for sure. But it's not at the place where it will just make you cry and not be able to continue watching it. And he's definitely much better at singing than his acting, let's be honest. Like when he plays like He, right, because of the character setup in a contemporary setting, and he literally doesn't show his eyes throughout the whole thing, then it kind of is okay. But once we go to Long Ballad, you see him like with like close up and stuff, and then yeah, it doesn't quite work. So for repeated questions, I'm not gonna answer them anymore. I've talked about a lot of things people are typing now. Okay, I'll go to 11:30, which is another 2 hours. You know, this is live stream. It always wastes, like time goes. Today I'm thinking about going out to post office to ship something people have ordered. Because tomorrow it's gonna be 35 degrees. And the day after, no, tomorrow it's gonna be 38. I just saw the forecast and couldn't believe it. It's gonna be 38 tomorrow, and I wouldn't want to go out when it's 38. That's a bad idea. What else? Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Favorite BL novel? I haven't read that many BL novels, so cannot tell you which one is my favorite, because I don't even read that many. Honestly, the ones I've read are Faraway Wanderers, 天涯客, Guardian, Untamed, Original 魔道祖师. I've looked at like parts of Shapula, not the whole thing. And then parts of 天官赐福, mostly. I know what happens, but I haven't read word by word. And that's it. That's everything I've pretty much read about the BL world, which is tiny proportion of the entire huge vast sea of BL. So how am I supposed to compare? And to be honest, I am not a huge novel fan in general. I actually like to read books that are less like about fictions. So also web novels is not my thing. I know it's the thing for a lot of people, but I hate reading stuff that's not edited and that hasn't gone through a couple of process of editing and then the chapters well divided and things figured out. I hate to chase web writing that is filled with plot holes and grammatic mistakes. I can't deal with it. So I am not a big web novel reader. And I find people who can update like 10,000 words per day, something like that, are insanely crazy. I don't know where they got that. I definitely is like, they're beyond me. And the thing is, they keep chucking out that much stuff, and then how do you fix all the plot holes you've left before, right? I don't think anyone can think their steps ahead like 100, like in that way. And so a lot of things got weird, and then they got forgotten, or I can't deal with that. If I'm reading a fiction and you haven't gotten everything figured out and you already give that to me. So, not a huge web novel reader. I have some kind of phobia about unedited text. Like I see a misuse of an idiom or a very like common typo. Okay, because I lost connection for a few seconds. Let's just see if there's anything else. Did it have a trailer? I can't even remember. I don't think so. Or is it a new one that just came out? Or if it has one, it doesn't feature any actor or actresses, because I have no impression of what they look like. If I have seen it, I should know. Oh, whatever. Because it has Huang Xuan and Wang Yibo and Song Qian, right? So if it's out, why would I not have any impression of it? Yeah, oh, did have a trailer. Somehow I missed it, did I? I'll look into it later. Okay, I think we're pretty much at the end of this. If you have anything else, you can type out now, and I can still answer one or two, and I'll be going. And we have a 20 seconds time lag, so just so people you know. Palace of Devotion. Oh, you mean that Song Dynasty drama? Guiyalei, yeah, she was dressed in the ridiculous costume that does not make any sense at all. That drama, I'll leave it to the dust and dustbin, and I'll never click it open ever again. 大宋宫词 bye bye into history. I think this year so far, only Yulong Mr. Dragon has beat it at how low the score is on Douban. Because Da Song ended up at 3.8, and I think right now Mr. Dragon is already 3.7. Let's see if it can sink further. I don't know. Wu Leian, Zhao Lusi. I have no opinion about that CP. Like I said, it's always depends on the script and whether the story is good and acting. Just think about two actors together. You can't really picture it because it could be a totally crappy script that like even you ask a god from the heaven to come down to act, it still is crap, or it could be a really good, well-written script, right? So picking particular actors is not the like for you to guess how it will look like. They will not be the detrimental thing. The most important probably is still the production itself, the story itself, and then you look at whether the two people fit the story. GL series you watch? Any good? I don't think there is a good GL series. Is there? Do you think Diliraba has improved in it? No, I think she has improved. What's the reverse? What's the reverse of improving? She's at her best when she first came out, and she's been going a long time ago when she first showed up on a film. What's the name of it? Anarhan. Anyone has watched that? She plays a Xinjiang girl in the film that's about a Xinjiang figure. She was so pretty, and she has that like almost like a classic old actress's feel of that in that film, and was like she was good. And then ever since she became the commercial, the Jiaxing route, the Yangmi second, the traffic, the flow actress, her work schedule and the continuous crappy scripts and the repeated roles that she's been doing for the last 5 years or something has just worn her out. Like all that sparkles of her is like not there. She is pretty much like a reactive machine of and repeating the same thing. Of her acting is repeating her what she does last time. Like a robot. But when she first started in this industry, she was so good and so pretty. But it's such a remote production. You have to go and search it and to find her very, very old work, long before she is signed to the agency and she's popular as she is known now. And that was her best. But then she got fame and popularity these days, you know. So I don't think she lose anything in terms of personally speaking. It still probably is a better route because of her popularity and fame, but then she's very hard for her to break through this now, and she needs to she needs to find that old her back at acting. She's pretty, but like the dramas and the roles she gets is so bland. So bland. I mean, she's pretty. You can just be a model and stay in the two-dimensional like photography world. That would be. It's the same. Why do you have to act? She needs to figure out how to get that back as an actress. It's sad. It's sad. She has like the beautiful face, killer figure. She has a talent with language. She imitates all the sounds so well. If you've ever seen her doing that, I'm pausing 2 hours. See, this is what happens to live stream. She's so talented in so many things. She can dance, right? So as an actress, as a raw material, if you think of a person as a piece of clay that you can, like put in all kinds of shapes. She's such a good material. She's golden material for an actress. And she's being used in such a wrong way to the point now she just, like, you don't even see hope for her suddenly become a different type of, or doing a project that's like beyond expectation. Your expectation of her is to be pretty on screen and that's it. It's very sad. She has like great potential, but it's pretty much totally effed up by her agency. Jiaxing is like that. Jiaxing just does that to people. I'm just thinking about Yang Mi and Zhao Ruoyao. If you don't know, it's one of the Zhao Ruoyao is one of the Jiaxing's like owner. Like, yeah, Zheng Jia and Zhao Ruoyao. I actually know them. I can't imagine that. I actually know them back in the days when they are just like artist managers or actresses managers in the company roles at where we did the Hong Lou Meng. Back then they were just one of the many managers of different people in the company. I actually know them. I can't imagine. They later came out and formed their own company, Jiaxing, and then just really effed up so many potentially talented actors and actresses, including Didi Reba. Yang Mi, she kind of picked her own route, so you can't really blame her, blame anyone apart from herself. But think about all the people they've signed: Zhang Bingbing, Gao Weiguang, Zhang Yunlong, Lai Yi, Liu Ruolin, Zhu Xudan, right? They all belong to this company. And they just don't get good projects. They get shitty scripts. And it's well known within this industry. It's like they're so wasted there. Very sad. Zhang Yunlong, I feel so sad for him. Zhang Bingbing, I mean, when you see Si Teng, right, you realize he's actually a quite good actor. But when he was in Jiaxing, right, he just gets those roles that are like, what are you doing? Oh. Don't get me started. Jiaxing is poison, okay? Everyone knows in the industry in China. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. Everybody knows. The actors and actresses unfortunately ended up in their net. All kind of is going down the route of Yang Mi. But then it's not the same time now. So you cannot create a second Yang Mi or a second Didi Reba really down the same road. Actors don't have to be under some agency, but it would be very hard if they don't sign, and then they have to go and figure out how they get roles. It would be very tough for themselves to do. Unless, you come from a family that is well established in the industry, like your father is a good director, well respected, everybody will know who you are, then you probably don't need an agency. Or the agency would actually come out and sort after you and go after you and actually use your resource because of your connection. Unless it's that case. Gong Jun is his own because he started in modeling. He didn't start in acting. So he's a little bit different, and he's lucky that he breaks through. So now he's got more like he can get more roles and stuff. And once you become really established, if you're lucky enough to actually not have an agency, and then you got famous, right, which is very hard, but if you did, then once you get big enough, the bigger agencies will come after you, and they will give you contracts that's in your favor. And that could happen, and that would be like really like great, but it happens very, very, very like hardly ever. Triumph of the Skies, no, I haven't. CFY, yeah, CFY is CFY is the Crown Prince. That's his nickname. It's the Crown Prince of Chinese dramaland or film because of the daddy. So for this type of people, right, it's like nobody would really give them difficult time, and then everybody would kiss up. Like CFY, like they will kiss up him instead of him trying to kiss up anyone else. But if you are in that position, is that really good for your career as an actor? Maybe not. Or you maybe just will forever live in a bubble, right? Because everywhere you look and every person you come across will just say good things about you. Because they want to kiss up your father's ass. So you'll never hear a true word coming from anyone. So is that good? Who knows? 祝绪丹 she needs to pick her roles. She can only do really well at a particular type of roles, and some of the roles she like Yulong is not her role. It just doesn't work. Hi, thank you, Nikki, for your super chat. Okay. I'm gonna try to close this within, let's say, 10 minutes because this is running too long again. Thank you for your super chat. 祝绪丹, you cannot say she's not pretty, but the type of actress, right? She's kind of also quite limited in her range, or what she would be offered based on her previous work and just in general what type of look she has. She's unlikely to get very diverse roles, and now she's and because she's under Jiaxing, which is known to just only care about money and making people into popular traffic flow actor. It's not ideal. Yuehua, that company is also crappy. Wajijiwa is even crappier. Everybody knows. But what can you do, hey? Hao Yan, yeah, I think Hao Yan is pretty nice. I think it's the cuter CP of Long Ballad, right? But because I haven't watched the whole thing, so I don't quite know. And I know they actually don't have that much screen time, so if I want, I probably can go and find cut specifically just for Hao Yan in Long Ballad. And I like that setup. I like the big bad wolf guy with the little white bunny girl, right? It's a very classic setup. And princess and guard, it's like super classic. Like I said in my first impression video, I said this is a classic setup and it kind of works really well. And if they do just like a good enough job, it will sell because of the it's a classic setup. Nana is a good actress. No. No. Not so far. She hasn't shown me she's a good actress. She should just stick with playing cello. She's so good. She's such a talent at doing that. But again, if you play cello, you don't have... playing cello is not going to give you that much money. It's honest. She should stick with that. But that's her, great talent. She's so talented at it. but she's sacrificing that for the entertainment business. Song Qian improved in the last couple of years, but she's still far away from, say, super good. She's just not okay enough to be in a normal drama. Actor actress video I will do slowly when I have time. Fan Chengcheng, what about, like, if you type a name and add a question mark, I have no idea what that is. Or if you're asking me or talking to other people, maybe you're talking to other people. Sorry about that. Yeah. 你清醒一点，欧阳娜娜，蚂蚁竞走10年了。Anyone know that? Eleanor Lee, who is that? So for a Chinese actor and actresses who has English names, please be aware that they never use it anywhere in China. So, and I follow them on Chinese stuff, so I never know what's their English name, and nobody ever mentions them by their English name. And because when I go and look for sources, I look for the Chinese sources. They are the fastest and the first, right? Instead of translated English sources, so I never know their English name. That's one thing. Who is that person? It's like totally. Li Kaixin. Well, wow. I don't. Li Kairong. Xing. Well, I don't even know who that is. So sorry about that. I don't know that Chinese name either. What is she in? 张新成啊，张新成。张新成 he is, like, he has good, solid training and baseline. So he would not fail at any role you throw at him. But he needs a role to make him blow up. He hasn't had that yet. But for all the roles he's done so far, you can tell that he's like the foundation as an actor for him is very well built. Line delivery, he can sing very well, he's good at music, right? And like everything pretty much like works really well. He needs his role. He's waiting for his role. His role. Liu Haoran hasn't been in any very impressive thing, really, since Nirvana and Fire too. I know he's in Detective Chinatown, but that whole series is so, it happens so like once a couple of years, right? So, and then the latest one didn't do well, so not seeing like cinema wise, he's has like a lot. I still think most of the stuff he will do probably will be in the television web series stuff, and yeah, I wish there are more dramas he's in. But he's also very like a good foundation built, but he needs the kind of like perfect role for him to work. Like those young actors, right? They're not at the point where they are so good that they can play anything that you throw at them. They still need to find the very, very fitting role to work magic. 施博宇 If 施博宇 wants to work mostly in mainland, he needs to figure out his Mandarin. Because if he acts opposite a Mandarin mainland accent, it will be weird. You cannot always be playing somebody who lives in Minnan area, right? Who has an accent like that. So he needs to figure out that thing before it can continuously getting more roles. Ren Ming is okay, yeah, she's pretty good, but also she needs like Qin Pingyue, I feel really sad because originally that book is actually her story. She's the lead. But obviously they don't think she deserves to carry the drama on her, so they put it on Wang Kai and ended up as a drama that just is so structurally weird. Oh yeah, Li Gengxi is good. Li Gengxi is really good too. Snow, sword, strike. Come on, come on, come on. I just forgot about that drama. I just remembered. Yes. I said I was looking forward to a wuxia drama. And I want the sword, snow, strike to come out now. I just remembered. Because back of my mind, there's a wuxia drama. There's a wuxia drama in stock. I just can't remember what it is. I just remembered. That's the drama. That's the drama I wanted to come out. With Zhang Ruoyun, Li Gengxi, Zhang Tianai, a lot of people. That one. Yeah. Oh, if it can come out, it would be so good. Now. Well, leave it to the heaven. Leave it to the heaven. If this drama comes out in June, okay, the Sword Snow Strike drama, it will be so good. It will be so perfect. For something, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, some kind of promotion I'm doing for something that is on the way to me. Come on, I need a wuxia. I agree, I want a wuxia, as many people do. Okay, I should end this. I'll end this on the clock. I'll end this at 12 on my end. So it will be a 2.5-hour freaking stream for people to climb. I feel very bad for people who are looking at playback and look at a stream that has no theme and still I rented about 2.5 hours. What am I doing? Why are you people still here? The 400 people, like what are you doing? Why are you still here? Why? 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 Oh my god. Xu Kai, Zhou Dongyu, who knows if they're a good couple? That drama hasn't come out yet. Yeah, I want the snow drama. I forgot about, how can I forget about Zhang Ruoyun? Heavens, heavens, I like him. I like him a lot. How can I forget? I want that drama, okay. I want that drama to come out. Mountain View, good. I mean, emotionally, okay, I'm still on the mountain, in the mountain, up there at the door of the armory. Nothing has gotten into me after Word of Honor in that way, right? But I'm keep watching new stuff for sure because there are more dramas coming out. But I mean, if you're talking about sometimes when you're doing nothing, you're just sitting there and something flows here and there, like pass by in your head, like a thought flies by. If it's a drama thought, it's still related to this couple. It probably would be no other couples for me right now. It still would be Wenzhou bothering me in my head, you know, like in your head. And there are so many people who are still so shipping the real person of these two. They're digging all the sugars possibly out of this whole thing, and I'm like, and I keep seeing that on my social media. I'm like, yeah, fine. Whatever. For me, I care most about really good dramas. That's all. And then in the drama, the drama couple is what I love. In terms of what they are like in real life, I never quite, even back in the days in Guardian, right, I never quite really care about Zhibai as that real person / thing. Because I know what I love is the characters they play. It's not themselves 100%. The characters they play are what I love, but if it's the actual actors in real life, right? Honestly speaking, they may not be that interesting or lovely at all. So I have very realistic expectations of people. Therefore, I never quite can just transpose that to the real person. It just doesn't work like that to me. And honestly, for both Gong Jun and Zhang Zhehan, right? As real people, they both have a little bit. There's something about them that makes it impossible for me to ship either them or individually as like people who are fan of actors. I can never really fan somebody, but it's both. It all comes down to the voice of their real voice. I am a very voice sensitive person, and I just don't like either of their real voice. So because of that voice thing, I never will be able to, you know, get fascinated about the real people. And it's just me. You know why I use Tom Hiddleston in my videos as examples is because I love his voice. I like the voice of a person more than their appearance. And it's more important to me in that way, let's say. So neither Gong Jun nor Zhang Zhihan's voice is my thing. Therefore, yeah. I am so like voice orientated. So if they don't sound good, no matter how good they look, you know, it's just like there will be a barrier between me and that person. Whose voice? I like Alan Rickman, but he's gone, and he's like my father's age. But he has the best voice ever. Wang Kai is okay, but Wang Kai's, I know his voice is really great, but he's not like, his voice is not particularly my type, like the type of voice I like most. Although I agree, he has stunning voice, like rare voice, but not my type. Okay, so Alan Rickman I really love. Tom Hiddleston, I really like his voice too. Dan Stevens I also like very much. Happens to all be Brits. What can I say? They just happen to be Brits. Yeah. So for those couple of voices, Snape is my fave. Yeah, voice-wise. Benedict Cumberbatch is good too, and he does really good impressions of other people. He does a good, solid Alan Rickman. Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, Alan Rickman forever. I love his voice. Makes me so sad just to think about that. Female voices, not specifically. Straight. I am so straight in that department. I can never become a GL person in real life. I'm too straight. Like no matter how pretty a woman is or how good their voice sound is, like I look at them and it's like, ooh, pretty. I wish I could be as pretty as you are, but that's it. I am too straight. Like my configuration is too straight. Can't help it. Can't help it. Armitage. I know his voice. Ah, weird. That voice doesn't register with me. Oh, maybe Damo Wang. Is that Kate Blanchett? Her voice is really good. Who doesn't like her? Although, you know, who doesn't like her? She's so good. And we're at 12, so we'll end this very soon. We suddenly got into talk about voices. Oh god, yeah, don't get me started. Yeah, I think one of the things, like my high school sweetheart, the reason that I like that guy mostly is because he has an incredible voice. And even till today, in real life, for people I've come across talking face to face, for real, he still has the best voice I've ever come across among all the people I've ever met, regardless of gender and anything. Just in terms of like the voice is so good. High school sweetheart, he has the best voice of any real person I've ever come across. And it's sad that nobody, like you guys cannot hear that voice, but that's a great voice. Okay, we should end this. Emma Thompson, yeah, she's good too. She's great scriptwriter too, right? So talented, acting, scriptwriting, everything. Zhou Xun's voice, yeah, Zhou Xun is very specifically, she's unique. Her voice is like, you can listen to like the entire humanity's voice of 7 billion people and you'll be able to pick her out. She's that unique. Okay, I should end this. Thank you for joining me at this weird stream that really doesn't have a theme. So I probably will not time code this, and for all the latecomers of this stream, good luck in figuring out what I've been talking about for 2.5 hours. Thank you, please take care, okay? Yeah, and then, like I said, if you want to get any like contact or asking any, like just head over to Discord and add me, okay? I'll see it. Take care.